For the last 2 weeks, when we've been scrimmaging, I've been having the boys play in a 2-3-1. I wanted to see how they did with it. Actually liked what I was seeing. I think it simplified the formation, allowed the boys to play a little bit more loose, and we'll see. We'll experiment, but it's pretty similar to the 3-2-1. Slight differences. So on a 2-3-1, now we have two backs. We have a left back and a right back. I have a goalie. The three is our three midfielders. So you have a center mid, a left mid, and a right mid, and then you have a striker. So how do we build out on a 2-3-1? On a 2-3-1, we do almost the same exact formation that we would do on our 3-2-1. So the center mid, where the center back is coming down, is now coming all the way back down. Goalie picks his side. The 3 and 2 find the lines on the opposite, and they get lower, so we have more space to read. The right mid and left mid are still up here, trying to find openings here and get away from players so we can get spaces, and then the striker's up high. So same exact thing we've been doing, right? 1 can pass to 5, 5 dribbles up, and then we have options, right, that we're trying to find to make the attack. So very similar, except now instead of having a center back, we have a center mid that comes all the way down. When their goalie has the ball, let's say their goalie's got the ball down here. How do we attack? Well, similar to what we've done before. Striker has the center, left mid has left, right mid has right. The center mid comes forward, so they're a little bit more aggressive on the forward. And then you have your right back and left back. Responsibilities being, I'm just throwing some players out here. If the ball goes over here, 4 is the one who needs to start pressuring and shadowing while everyone else is covering. And same if it goes the other way, then we're pressuring and everyone else is covering, right? We're trying to find it. One thing that the 2-3-1 is good at is that it allows the 2-3 to focus on the back line. We'll see them attack less. Really, the center mids and the striker will be more responsible for the attacks. They'll be our 4 going forward and then our 2 back. That doesn't mean these 2 cannot attack. It just means they'll have less opportunities to do so. And it also means that usually what will happen when they're building out is that we'll have the 7 here. And so 2 or 3 are calling, we're marking up, and then the other one's kind of covering. So if the ball comes over here, 2 starts to cover and help with the cover on this side, while the 3 starts to mark the 7. So one of those 2 is always paying attention to where their high players are. And if they have multiple players up, they're having dropping deep, then we're dropping more, and maybe the 5 comes back and helps. Same concepts though. So again, if for some reason, let's say the 2 is able to drive the ball forward, we probably need the 5 to drop back to help with D, because again, we only want to attack with 4. But the attack does become a little simpler, because when we attack again, we're finding far post. Let's say the ball's over here, far post, center, near post, and then this player is trying to cross it in or find a pass in. And then when these 3 attack, center, mid, striker, left or right, again, we're taking on defenders, finding the pass, and attacking. The only thing, again, this concept we don't change a lot even from the throw-ins. It's just our shape changes a little bit. So on a throw-in, typically we'd have the left or right back throw it in. So if the left back throws it in, then the right back shifts over to be the back. You'll probably see the 5 come down, 4 up. And then this left mid is trying to be a transition piece here. So again, 3 options: throw down the line, back, or do a give and a give and go. The only tricky part of the throw-ins on this formation is because we want 2 back. When it crosses the halfway line, it's actually more appropriate for the mid to take the throw-in, where the 3 kind of drops back, 5 mid, and then maybe the striker comes over. And that's just where we're out on the field, right? Because if you have the 3 throwing in, either the 4's got to come back or something, right? Where we have coverage where we can recover if we lose the ball. Corner, same thing as we done the last time. Usually the striker will take the corners. And we tried plays a couple weeks ago on corners very briefly. But for now, we'll just let the boys kind of kick it in and find an opening or do a cross into the box. All right, have a good time at the game on Saturday. This is the 2-3-1.